hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. Crossbeats production.
Welcome back, here with Nate28, and this is Crossbeats production. So I want to show you guys how I set up a bit of a technical thing with the new Waves F6 plugin and what I did to use my bass and the kick in sidechain mode. So basically, I was supplied in this track, I was supplied a 2-track of the drum kit, so that's basically all the drums in a 2-track. And because of that, I wasn't able to EQ it and stuff like that as best as I wanted to, because I had to EQ the entire bus, basically, instead of the actual kit itself individually. So what I did to be able to use the kick as a sidechain on the bass is I isolated the kick within a frequency spectral here. So basically what I did, I'll show you this first off so you guys can understand it. So first off, I set up a duplicate of the actual track. So as you saw on the previous page, it's got a duplicate of this 2-track drum kit. And I isolated the low end frequencies using a filter there all the way down to 82. And just removed out some of the real low end stuff that doesn't need to be there really. So 20 hertz. And that's the kick. So this basically allows me to have just the kick on its own. Then from there, I used another filter on the top part of the kit, which I named drums up. And I used a filter all the way up to this curve here, so 106. So basically a kind of a crossover in between the two. So there is a bit of removal of frequencies kind of in between this area. But I had to do that to avoid any phase issues. And you would notice if you duplicate something and you play it together, it would start to create phase issues, especially with drums and stuff like that, because of reverb and all that that goes on it. But the reason why I'm showing you this is so you guys can know if you get into a situation like this where you've only got one individual track and it's all of the drums on that track, you can still use the kick to activate as a sidechain if you're using this Waves plugin. So this, I mean, it's probably possible to do on other plugins as well, but this is the Waves plugin I'm using to show you guys. So basically what I did then was I set up this bass here, which is using this filter here, which is like a bell filter on number 1, as the sidechain section there. So it basically pushes out the frequency where the kick comes in, it pushes the bass out of the way, and I filtered up a certain amount up to about there, which you can see it goes up to 175, and this frequency is at 30 hertz. So what I did then to set that up, before I show you how I set it up, I just want to play it to you so you guys can hear it and see what it sounds like. So let me just give you the audio example first, and then I'll play that to you and explain to you how it works. Okay, so basically you can hear the kit. It's sounds reasonably good. This track's kind of like a Beatles type track anyway, so it's got that real old school vibe to it. So basically what I was trying to do was just allow the kick to breathe a bit because it was being overwhelmed by the bass, and I wanted both the instruments to sort of have the same areas but not exactly take over each other. So as you can see here on this filter here, this is basically being pushed when the kick was actually hitting. So if I just isolate the kick and the bass together, I'll just show you that again. So as you can see, if you're wearing headphones, which I would recommend doing if you're going to listen to any of this, as you could see there, it was pushing the actual bass down for a second while that kick was being activated. What I've got going on here on these settings here is this Q is pretty wide. I've got the gain down, so it's pushing some of the volume down as well. But then I've got this threshold set, so it's allowing this to reduce in compression some of the actual frequencies that are in that area as well. I've got a really fast attack, and the release is at 67, which is, I would believe, milliseconds. But that's on auto release as well, so it kind of is automatic in that regard. So you set up to be external, which allows then this plugin to hear what's going on with the actual send to it. So the send here is off the actual bass, the kick, I should say. And I've sent some of the kick, so it allows this plugin here to actually hear what's going on with the kick. So then when the kick goes in, it basically eliminates that part of the bass using this part here, this filter, pushes that down and removes it out, lets that bass part of the kick come in so it sounds a bit thicker and fuller, and then the bass comes back up when the kick's gone. So obviously that happens instantaneous when it's happening, but that's kind of how it works. So I just wanted to show you guys kind of the techniques you can use. This is more of an advanced, I guess, technique if you're not familiar with phase and things like that. Especially with phase, I guess you can hear the phase when it happens, like phase issues anyway, but if you're not careful, you'll start to get phase problems if you're not, isolating the frequencies correctly with the filters. So on the filters, just a brief overview of this setup here. So what I did to create this was, like I said at the start, I just filtered it, pretty much moved it down, and I put it at the steepest filter possible on this plugin, just so I would eliminate any issues with phase. So that's pretty much the demo there. I just wanted to give you guys a quick demo of that and show you how it can be used as a kick and a bass sidechain. And hopefully you guys get some inspiration from this video as well. If you do, give me a like and also subscribe to the channel. And remember to make a comment and stuff like that. If you have anything on this channel you want to see, hit me up on that as well. And next time I'll catch you on the next video. Peace out, guys.
Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. Crossbeats production.